All right, so one of the things that we're going to do here is lay out an octagon so that we can get ready and get prepared to making our Ferris wheel. If you think about the octagon, now we're going to make this out of a 5x5 sheet of cardboard. So I'm gonna measure off real quick. You're gonna cut out a sheet of cardboard that measures 5 inch by 5 inch. So I'm gonna kind of do this. Now, when we have a 5 inch by 5 inch sheet of cardboard, so the very first thing that we're gonna do is find center. Now, when we go to find center on this, we could certainly measure out, and we could measure the height and the width of this particular object and come in. That's two measurements that we'd have to do. And then we would have to kind of line things up. There's a quicker and easier way. So to find center, all we really have to do on rectangular and square objects and some of the other shapes as well is basically just draw and connect the corners. If we connect the corners, we immediately know what center is. So our center is right there. Now, because this is an octagon, we're gonna have 8 sides to this as opposed to 4. So I'm basically going to divide these 4 triangles into 8 triangles. So I do still need to kind of do my measurement here. So half of 5 inches is 2.5. So I'm gonna mark both of those lines at 2.5. Now I can come in here and I can draw my vertical line. So, and I need my horizontal line, so I'm gonna put my ruler vertically. So remember, this oftentimes messes people up. We gotta place our line, our ruler vertically in order to draw horizontally. So there we go, and I'll connect the dots here as well. Now, right now we've got our square separated into 8 equal segments, but we wanna make an octagon out of this. Well, there is a geometry principle that we can use to help us with our finding what our intersection point should be to turn this into octagon. If we take a circle, so in a circle and a square, if we have a square of 5 inches, 5 by 5, we can also draw a circle that measures 5 by 5. So, and in this case, so we could use a compass and we could draw the circle. Now we would say that that circle is inscribed within a square, or the square is circumscribed outside of the circle. Either way. But what we're really trying to get at here is we need to know what these intersection points are for an octagon. Now my circle is pretty poorly drawn. If I had a compass, it would be a lot easier. But because I know about geometry and I know about the length of our lines, I know that from the center to the intersection point on the outside is 2.5 inches. And on an octagon, that's going to be the same thing. So now all I need to do is come back and from center, measure off 2.5 inches on each of these 45-degree lines. I don't have to do it at my 90-degree lines because we know that from here to here is 2.5, and from here to here is 2.5, from here to there is 2.5. So we're just doing this at 2.5 on each of these lines to find where this is going to be. Now, in terms of getting this, notice I'm measuring from center out 2.5, and I'm finding that intersection point. So at this point, now that I know where that intersection point is, it's real simple. Now I just go back in. Let me get a different color marker here so you can see this. We're gonna go back in now, and I'm just going back and connecting the dots at those intersection points. So, and this should give you a nice octagon to draw this out. So make sure that you are using good measurements, getting these all to be the same. So now, so there's your octagon, and you can see the triangles in each octagon. Now, it's also important to know and understand, so what our degree of measure. So if we're at 90 degrees here, each of these are at 45 degrees, okay? So we got 90 degrees here, 45 degrees here. That's going to give us our octagon. At this point now, all you have to do is go and on your cardboard cut out the outside shapes. Take a pencil, because we want to make sure everything goes off of the center. So take a pencil and puncture that cardboard and put like a little bit of a center hole in the middle with your pencil. So we're going to use that for the axle when we put the axle on this Ferris wheel.